Oh my God, this is just getting juicier and juicier.
Yeah, we've lost some talk.
Hi and welcome to Flow Some Talk. I'm Shashti Flo, journalist, Hollywood truth teller, and your voice of reason in a town built on delusion. Happy Sunday, everyone. Before I get into all the explosive new filings in the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni legal drama, I just wanted to remind everyone to subscribe to my channel because I see that half the people who are actually watching my videos are not subscribed yet. So I really appreciate if you do that, hit the notification bell as well, and hype, like, share, all that good stuff, and leave your comments below. I really, really appreciate all of your support. So yesterday I was a little bit shocked when I saw my name popped up again in Blake Lively's filing. This time it's a list of people, amended list of people that she thinks has something to say about her case, basically, that has knowledge to this case. I am on that list. Also, something that really infuriated me, Emily Baldoni is on this list, Justin Baldoni's wife. And also Taylor Swift apparently now has a lot of knowledge to whatever went on the set with It Ends With Us. Also, what I predicted would happen on Friday, if you watched my video on Friday, where I talked about how the judge did a new ruling, which was really just on paper, where he said that Baldoni's case is now officially dismissed, but there will be no final judgment on the case before Blake Lively's legal fees are decided upon, and that could take several months. So Baldoni didn't have a chance to appeal his case yet. And as I thought Blake would make a huge spectacle out of this and call all the media outlets to say, hey, look, Baldoni's given up and I won. And that's exactly what they did. Also, of course, Blake Lively filed for more sanctions. This time she wants to punish Melissa Nathan for redacting too much information in the documents that she provided her. And Jennifer Abel, Justin Baldoni's publicist, has filed a second amended complaint against Stephanie Jones, who she used to work for, who she's accused of stealing her phone and giving it to Blake Lively. This new filing is explosive. First, I wanted to just talk about something quickly that I spoke about on Friday, this birthing scene that Blake Lively claims that was such a horrific experience for her. And as I said on Friday in my video, you should go back and watch it if you haven't yet. I spoke about how Blake Lively's team now wants to sanction Jamie Heath because he didn't give them the entire birthing video of his wife giving birth, because Blake found that so disturbing and found it to be adult entertainment. And she couldn't recognize any of the clips that she had been shown by Jamie from the 3.5 minutes that he gave them of that video. So she wanted to see the entire birthing video from Jamie Heath's wife. And because he didn't give that to her, he should be punished. And she also asked the judge to take away Jamie Heath's opportunity to explain himself in court, saying that he shouldn't be able to talk about this. He shouldn't be able to witness about this. I mean, it's so beyond crazy. Anyways, thank you, Margaret, for sending me this, because this is such a good reminder for everyone about that birthing scene. So there is some evidence here that I forgot about regarding that birthing scene. There is a screenshot of the call sheet for when the birthing scene was supposed to be shot. So they shot 3 scenes on this date, which was Monday, May 22nd of 2023. 2 of those scenes were in that hospital. One was when Lily is in labor, which is like the birthing scene, and the other one is when Lily finds out she's pregnant. So the scene in question where Blake Lively has claimed that she felt unsafe and the set wasn't closed. And she also claimed that Justin Baldoni hired one of his friends to be her obgyn just because he really wanted to look between her legs. Yeah, anyways. So this scene was shot on May 22nd, 2023. Later in the evening that day, Justin and Blake had a text exchange where Justin said, I'm not going to tell you that you were amazing because you teased me for being so sentimental, but you were amazing today. Blake responds, thank you, I do appreciate it. I'm just a ball buster, but it means a lot to me. I care a great deal and always want to deliver. You were terrific. I'm proud of everything we did today, but really every day. That's the text she sent him after that scene where she claimed that she was basically SH'd. I mean, it's so hilarious how she keeps telling on herself. How is this going to look in front of a jury? Anyways, as I said, there was another filing yesterday, and my name showed up in this filing as a person who has knowledge to the case. It says that she has amended this list now. I think she first filed it in June. And now this is the final list of people that Blake thinks has information to support her allegation of SH discrimination, harassment, retaliation, and defamation tied to it. Ends with us and the alleged smear campaign that followed. I apparently have knowledge to this because I posted a video of Blake Lively being rude. So that obviously makes me a part of this alleged smear campaign that I showed Blake Lively being a bully. I mean, as I said before, there's no logic to any of the things that she's claiming. I think there are like 50 people on this list, including like Gigi Hadid, Hugh Jackman, who they're saying that has knowledge about this. How did they have any knowledge? They were not on this set. They were told things by Blake Lively. And I think Gigi Hadid definitely do not want to get dragged into this at all. Also, now Taylor Swift knows a lot about what went on that set, according to Blake Lively, who's been saying this entire time that it was Baldoni who dragged her into this. And they were like, oh, she had nothing to do with anything. And then here, where they're listing these people who had knowledge of the situation, it says that Taylor Swift's alleged conduct, complaints or discussions about the work environment or conduct on the set of the film, the production, editing, cut, and creative process associated with the film, publicity surrounding the film, their retaliation campaign alleged by Ms. Lively, and resulting damages suffered. So Taylor Swift is basically very involved here. And we know that she is not willingly supporting Blake. So this is just ridiculous. Same with Ryan Reynolds, who's also on this list, because we learned a few weeks ago that he's out. He's not going to witness either. And then you have Ryan Reynolds' mom and his niece is on this list. Like, what knowledge do they have? Ryan Reynolds' mom, because Ryan told her things? I mean... Oh my gosh, but what really pissed me off about this list actually is that they put Emily Baldoni on here, Justin Baldoni's wife. This is just cruel. They're pretending here, saying that she has knowledge about SH and discrimination, harassing and other inappropriate or unwelcoming actions, or comments made during production of the film, complaints or discussions about the work environment or conduct on the set of the film, the production, editing, cut, and creative process associated with the film, efforts taken to market or promote the film, publicity surrounding the film, the retaliation campaign alleged by Ms. Lively. Of course, Emily Baldoni is on her husband's side here. She didn't hear about any conduct. All she could hear about is probably Justin coming home, being so drained from having to work with Blake, who was stepping all over him during the entire process of this film. And now they're pretending here that she knows about SH on the set, that she has knowledge about that. Like, what they're doing here again is just trying to create this illusion that there's a lot of people who knows what went on that set. And when they include people like me, that is enough evidence for me that this list is just BS. And as I said before, how Blake Lively has been like out there supporting other women, how that is so important for her. While mainly in this lawsuit, except from Baldoni and Jamie Heath and Steve Sarowitz, she's only going after women. She's dragged Taylor Swift into this. She has dragged now Emily Baldoni into this. Like I said on Friday, she also dragged Jamie Heath's wife into this, and she's also on this list. And as you know, Jennifer Abel, Justin Baldoni's publicist, and Stephanie Jones, Justin Baldoni's ex-publicist, they're all women. And I think from the 107 content creators, I know of 2 men. And the rest, as far as I know, of the people I know were subpoenaed were also female. Interestingly enough, I couldn't find Andy Signor from Popcorn Planet on this list, which I find interesting because I'm on the list, Candace Owens on the list, Perez Hilton's on the list, but Andy Signor is not. And he is one of the three who has received a broader subpoena, and he's still fighting that subpoena in court in Florida. And if Blake is not mentioning him here as someone who has knowledge to the situation, why is she going after him, subpoenaing him like that? Anyways, as I said in the beginning, I knew exactly what would happen after the judge ruled last week when he said that he's putting a final stamp on the case Baldoni filed against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Leslie Sloan. That is just a practical thing that he did, like, okay, we'll put those papers over here. And it's a nothing burger that I knew that Blake would paint as victory in the media. And that's exactly what she did. And she made them lie about it. I was shocked when I saw this headline on TMZ saying that Justin Baldoni accepts loss in Blake Lively legal war, but she's not done with him. Where did he accept a loss? So what happened here is that the judge dismissed Baldoni's case against Blake, Ryan, and Leslie Sloan back in June. And he gave them an opportunity to amend the complaint. He gave them 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, I don't remember exactly, to amend the complaint. And he chose not to. And I think the reason for that is if he would have amended the complaint, then he wouldn't have gotten the opportunity later on to appeal this to a higher court. And up till now, Baldoni didn't have a chance to appeal because the judge didn't give a final judgment yet, including the legal fees that Blake Lively is asking to get covered. And the judge said last week, no one is allowed to appeal before a rule on Blake Lively's attorney's fees. Then TMZ reports this: Baldoni looks like he's accepted his fate in his legal war with Blake Lively because he missed the deadline to appeal a judge's ruling that dismissed the lawsuit against her, Ryan Reynolds, and the New York Times. And it says, according to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the final judgment in the case has just been entered, and all of Justin's claims against Blake, Ryan, and New York Times have been thrown out of court. They have been thrown out. That's true. But the ruling came down in June, and Justin could have appealed, but a deadline came and went without him putting on a fight. Yes, that's true, and that happened already in June. So this is not a new story today. I mean, this story is so fed to TMZ by Leslie Sloan that is ridiculous. I bet they didn't even read the papers themselves, that they trusted her word, because if they had read the ruling from the judge, they would have known that this is not true. And shockingly enough, Rolling Stone did the same story, saying Justin Baldoni misses deadline to revive $500 million lawsuit against Blake Lively. That deadline was back in June to amend his complaint, and they're writing this now, and they're saying here that he can't appeal. Also, Daily Mail. Justin Baldoni misses court deadline in lawsuit against Blake Lively and New York Times as her demands are revealed. This is just evidence that Blake is still running a smear campaign against Justin Baldoni. But what really is shocking to me is how the media is eating this up without actually doing their due diligence of checking the court papers themselves and what the judge actually said. This is what Not Actually Golden said about it, who I follow on TikTok. She's an amazing attorney. You should follow her. Her commentary on this case is really good. And this is what she said about that headline in TMZ.
This could not be more wrong if they tried. I think they tried. They conflated not responding to the order to show cause with the deadline to appeal. They say that he accepted his fate by missing the deadline to appeal when the judgment that was entered today actually literally says no one can appeal yet. Like, that's half of the point of the order, is no one can appeal until we get all these attorney's fees things figured out. It's so embarrassing. I know it's TMZ. It's not like it's, I don't know, is there any difference anymore?
Yeah, it's so crazy to me. I feel like we can't trust any media these days, and that's really scary. Anyways, of course, Blake filed some more motion for sanctions. She loves to punish people. So now it's Melissa Nason. You know, the crisis expert that Baldoni hired when he was in the middle of this drama with Blake and he was afraid that she was going to go out in the public and smear him, which he did anyways. And then he hired this crisis management expert, Melissa Nathan, who's obviously also sued by Blake Lively. And now Blake has filed this motion to the judge to ask him to punish her because she redacted too much of the information in a document she gave to Blake's team. So they're saying here in this filing that they told her to remove some of the redactions, and she did, but then she added other redactions. So now they're like, let's punish her. She has to pay for the legal fees for us to actually file this. So again, they're saying that the real evidence, the real proof is invisible because it's behind all the redactions. And that's exactly what she did with the signal messages that I spoke about last week as well, where she was claiming that all the evidence were in those messages that she couldn't find because they were deleted as soon as they were read, because Baldoni's team and his PR experts and crisis management team used this function on Signal that auto-deleted messages as soon as they were read, which is a normal thing to do. Back then, they said to the judge, you should tell a jury when that time comes that they have to assume that all the evidence is in those text messages that we never saw. And that's what they're saying here about Melissa Nathan too. In the redacted information that she gave them, that's where the evidence is. And also for her to pay Blake Lively's attorney's fee for preparing this motion where they're asking her to pay her legal fees for this. I think this is number 9 that they filed with the judge, where they want to sanction people, want them to pay them. And I think at this point, the judge must think like, this is abusive process. And you know, only this filing from Blake could cost Melissa Nathan up to like $100,000. The amount of money that's involved here is insane. Anyways, let's get over to Jennifer Abel, who just filed her amended complaint. So Jennifer Abel was or is Justin Baldoni's publicist who worked for Stephanie Jones and Jones' work. And Stephanie Jones wanted to punish Jennifer Abel for leaving her company, so she took her phone away and gave it to Blake Lively's team, who allegedly gave it to the New York Times. And now Jennifer Abel has served us some explosive new information. So Jennifer Abel is claiming here, I'm going to go through more of this tomorrow actually, because it is a lot. I just wanted to go through some of the most important points here, which is that Jennifer Abel here says that she has evidence that Stephanie Jones contacted Blake Lively, that there were phone calls between them. And if she can prove that what was in those phone calls was about her phone, then that's explosive. Because the Van Zandt sham lawsuit wasn't filed until September or late September. So Stephanie Jones had access to Jennifer Abel's phone for over a month before it was subpoenaed by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' company, Van Zandt. So during that month, they were coordinating on how they could get legal access to Jennifer Abel's phone. Jennifer Abel explains also in this amended complaint how she was approached by a security guard, a lawyer, and also a data expert that could extract information from her phone. So she felt really bombarded at her office when they said, you know, hand over your phone and we want your password as well. You will get your phone number back. They said that's not going to be an issue. And they never gave her the phone number back. So they had access to all her personal information, including login to her bank, all her social media, all her text messages, all her emails, every single thing she had on that phone, they had access to. And apparently, Stephanie Jones had access to all her personal stuff until January through her iCloud of 2025, meaning that she also had access to her communication with her legal team. As I said before, if she can come up with the evidence supporting everything she's saying here, and it seems like her discovery is really on its way to reveal what this Van Zandt lawsuit was all about. And that really, really hurts Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds because they're a big part of it. It's their company. And as you know, the only reason for filing that lawsuit was to get hold of her phone, of Jennifer Abel's phone, legally. Because they decided to drop all charges the day before Blake Lively filed her CRD complaint. It's so schemy, and this is the reason why I think right now Blake keeps filing this new stuff, hoping that the media will pick up some headlines to support her, because all of this stuff is so incredibly damaging to her. And to Ryan Reynolds, who was behind, he's the CEO of this company. I think this will completely ruin Stephanie Jones. There's no way around it the way I see it. And this is devastating for Ryan Reynolds' reputation and Blake Lively, of course, because her reputation is long gone already. She's never going to recover from this the way I see it. I just cannot imagine anyone wanting to work with someone who's scheming these things behind the scene to bury one of her co-workers. I just like, who wants that in their lives? Anyways, I'll get more into this filing tomorrow when I had more time to look at specifics. And there are some details here that I find really, really interesting. Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. And as I said in the beginning, I would really appreciate it if you like and you hype and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we
Bye.
lost some talk.